Hey, what's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. What's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. Today is day 38 of trading XFAs on Top Step. Today, well, what happened yesterday? We took a small loss. We're still up $78.10 for the week. Took a small loss, $315.12. Yeah, we're still up. I'm trying to sort of wait for good trades. The conditions of the market has just been completely positively trending, as you can see from yesterday, which is great for the market but bad for myself because I can't really find great protected structure setups. Like if we quickly have a look at this internal price action of this 15-minute, you can sort of see even if I take to the 3-minute, let's just take to the 3-minute. Okay, so we've got a price break here. Bang. Let's just zoom in. Price break. Just plain and simple. Price is broken structure right there. Okay. We've got a protected high. That's a protected high right there. And then protected low. Price never comes back into the protected low. Point of interest. And then another break of structure here. Break of structure. Sorry, so we have the breaker structure, new protected low, new protected high, which then gets broken again. So there's a protected high. Price doesn't come into the zone for us. Still doesn't come into the zone for us. So we can't take anything. That's fine. Price, yet again, break of structure, protected low, and this is a long protected high. So I'm going to put a protected high here. Price doesn't come into this protected low area yet again. That's fine. This protected high gets maintained here, and then it gets eventually broken. Break of structure, protected high, and protected low. Price still doesn't come into protected structure area, which is a bit hard. One breaker structure there. Sorry, one breaker structure there, another protected low, okay, and then we get this protected high. Bang, yet again. And price does not come into, like you can sort of see, it does sort of come into this area, but not really strong enough for us. So as you can see, price doesn't come back into this range for us, which is a shame. That's all right. We just keep going. Protect breaker structure. Okay. Protected low, which gets broken. Ooh, look at this. Got an internal change of character. Okay, which means this sort of this becomes breaker structure. We created the protected high. And then this was the protected low. Okay, so that's the channel after this breaker structure. Boom, it's broken. Now, this is the first layer of the internal change of character, because really this could be the original breaker structure, with this one becoming the F boss, which allows us to take a little short from here. This is sort of like the second chance idea. Second chance. But it doesn't give us the greatest of entries, which is fine. Comes close. Even it comes down to, I guess, what I've noticed, this awesome guys, have a look at this. The team is working on sending the funds, so this is the funds for first payout, so on the way, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, anyways, so yeah, what I've noticed is price likes to actually come back into the internal break of structure on the leg that creates the break of structure. So you notice how this price action here comes down, creates this little POI, and then this leg here breaks it. I sometimes see price always comes to this final POI before breaking the leg, and as you can see, price comes right into it. That POI there comes right in there. So that's something I noticed. Keep an eye on it, see how it fares out. But yeah, so at the moment, price is looking to break the structure, and I could potentially take a counter trend trade. We'll see how it goes. So it's broken the structure, which is great. You know what that means? Break the structure. Y'all know the drill. Protected low. Usually I put it down here, but as you can see, this sort of price action here, we've got this point of interest on the 3 minute, which you can see open and close, and sort of comes back up. So let's have a look on the 5 minute. Yeah, this sort of area. I'm gonna sort of take this point of interest as the most favorable kind of place, especially because there was a sweep of this, the wick of this second candle here has swept this point of interest. So if I was to take any pro trend continuations, it would look something like that. Let me just fix someone else. So that's a protected low. And because price is quite volatile, I might want to consider extending my my stop loss. Usually I choose about 8 points out of the protected low, so this will be at 25, something like that. And I'll look for a potential pro trend continuation at this price right here. And unfortunately, I couldn't even take a pro trend continuation at this price. Really, there was no opportunity. So there's not really much for me to do here. I'm not too sure how I can really move, but look, that is the market, really. See that price comes into this point of interest right here, and I see that sometimes. Let me just try and find another example. So let me just delete all this. This has been logged now. I mean, I guess in this one sort of does get swept, as you see. This point of interest gets initially swept. Didn't create the move up, but the protected structure, which is more probable, did, so which is good. Let's have a look. I mean, I don't want to have like confirmation bias, but what do we see? Yeah, so see, this is a great example right here. So the internal structure that created the break of structure, that POI was the one, this one here was the one that a price reacted off and continued the shorts. See that? Not always. So it's from what I can see, it's either the most recent POI that created the break of structure, or the protected structure up here. So it's either here or up here is what I've noticed sometimes. So something to keep in mind. Like, let's have a look here. Here's a great example. This internal, see, there's an internal breaker structure here, just so it's clear. That's the internal breaker structure, created the leg, that protected low, created the leg that made the breaker structure. Price tapped into that point of interest again. It doesn't necessarily go up, but it taps into it, has a rejection off of it. And that's something to note. I'm not saying, that's a key winning strategy, but it is something to note. Let's say, have a look again. So this leg here, see the breaker structure here. Sometimes it's the protected high, sometimes it's just a random POI. So in this case, it is the protected high, and price taps into it. Kind of choppy a bit everywhere, isn't it? It's got some random things there. I need to update my trade journal with some of these backlog trades. But yeah, anyways, that is something just to keep in mind as we look at what's going on in this price action. Now there's a 15-minute. No, by the way, chat, keep in mind, we are at all-time highs, almost all-time highs ever. We are approaching the all-time of the allest times highs, which is right there. Let me get that one right there, just so y'all would, right there, perfect. Now I'll pull this one out. So as you can see, oh, this is ATH. If you hear me, I made a mistake actually calling this one the ATH, but I'm gonna just delete that. So price is making its way to the all-time high. It's crazy, crazy. So what do we got here? Price has clearly made the breaker structure on the 1 minute, and in this case, if price was to do what we said, where it comes back into the last point of interest before continuing up, it would be this. Seems like this 5 minute here. So this will be a good one. Not necessarily. I mean, I guess this will be the protected low, yeah. So it will be here. We'll see how it reacts. I mean, this thing's looking like it's going to go off. I don't even know if there's an opportunity on the 100 tick. Too long, like really, where there's no real opportunities here. I mean, I guess something like that, but that's not even real protected structure, that's just a internal. See this leg here, breaker structure, protected low, protected high. This does come to this protected low. Oh, big action here. Okay, look at that. Price comes into that protected low. Look, here's a great example. Oh, let me adjust that. Bang. So, internal break. Got the protected low and the protected high. Look how price reacts off of that. So really, it could have taken a quick long here, but oh, we are playing in some very tight spaces with these kinds of trades, Okay, does it break or does it give us opportunity? Too long. Yeah, that's an internal change character. I should have taken a long there. Oh man. Yeah, I should have taken a long there. What's the mass in that? 10 times 2, 20 times 5 would be 20 times 5 would be, oh my god, 100. So that's $100. So 10 would be $200. I don't even know what the mass is. If I wanted to risk 350 on that, let me just work it out. Calculate. So 350 divided by 2. Divided by 2 divided by the stop loss amount. So I would have entered there with this kind of stop loss 6.75. I would have entered 25 25 micros. Would you look at that? 25 micros would have, if I risked 350, would be sitting at about 700 right now. And it would have almost hit TP. Yeah, I should have longed there. Oh well. It's a bit unsafe to long there now, I'll tell you that much. There he goes, breaks through. That was an opportunity. Oh well. It even gave us a retest opportunity. The price of inaction, you know what I mean? That would be a $1,000 trade, chat. Oh well. Sometimes you just aren't with it. Something like that, it's a pretty hefty move. 25 micros, yeah. I'm not going to short this. I'm going to wait for another retest. It didn't break through. We want to see an internal change of character for confirmation of shorts, which I doubt will happen because the 3 minutes still bullish. Now I don't want to FOMO in. Okay, price failed. We have a weak leg here. We'll see if it comes up. If it comes up and gives me an opportunity, I might short it. Which I don't know if it's the greatest of ideas, but I'll short 3.7, 6.75, something like that. It's a double top. Look, it's a double top with a. We need an inducement, so if it needs to come back up one more time. If not, I can long this for this particular structure. If it does come up, I'll short it. Okay. Shorts seem to be out of the question. Can we do a long? Put that away for now. See, now we've hit into, I guess, we've hit into, we're at that equilibrium point, 50%. Looks like we're going to the discount, which is good buying potential. Ooh. Let's see, guys. And I won't pull through without you by my side. Just one more look with you. I risk my life. I didn't take out this one, so this is now the weak low. An internal. Oh no, still bearish. I could come in for a short here. I want price to sort of give us a decent entry. Look, just to give me a bit more breathing room, I'm just gonna go that 20 micros. What time is it? 12:16. Let's actually have a look, chat, if there's any news. No news. We're good. We're safe. Okay, it's sort of giving us a weird picture here, chat. Okay, it looks like it is falling. I don't know if I can long that. It is picking up steam. Yeah, it's picking up steam. So I missed out on the long and short opportunities. Look, I'm just going to long this. It's probably the best sort of position I've got, to be honest. Best sort of opportunity, really. Comes down a bit. I'm going to just try and get another 5 micro in. Somewhere like there. Oh, maximum position exceeded. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. Can I add one or not? Nothing at all. Okay. There is my trade. Probably closed me out. I missed out the long, missed out the short. I'm not feeling too great. Not feeling too confident. Yeah. I'm not too confident in this. I also got a pretty bad position. 2 seconds left on the minute candle. Need to see a low time frame to change the character. Yeah, probably gonna get closed out, chat. Yeah, look, I missed out up here and I missed out up here, and is what it is. Can't really catch them all. It's pro trend continuation internal. It did have rejection. Look, I'm happy with the trade. It's a good trade. You know, internal protected structure with confirmation targeting the weak high. Well, that is pretty much it. So, you know, unfortunately we missed both the long and the short, but you know, what can you do? You can't really catch them all. And you know, ooh, if I risk one, will I have an opportunity? Let's go 2, 3, 4. Okay, that would. Oh no! Oh fuck! I only have 40. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I just realized I only had about $40 to play with. Yeah. Silly. And I was on chat, so I was down on stream, so I actually have to jump. Alright, chat, that was my fault. I just saw this sort of low time frame further sort of respect. And I size in. Oh my gosh, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. That was my fault, chat. Oh my gosh, I bet you it's gonna go all my way. Oh well, is what it is. We are done for today, chat. Close the week off with a slight loss. $227, $277. That's alright. One green day for the week. Not too massive of a loss. Bit of a shame, but yeah, maybe for future reference, I should just stay out of markets when it's like this. But we'll see. Alright, for the thumbnail. Alright, chat, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.